What's going on, guys? So now I have book 3, so this one is completely focused on Leonardo, and so obviously book 4 will then be focused on the last Ninja Turtle, Donatello. So let's just get right on into it. And we have Return to New York number 3, The Way of the Ganges Mud Turtle. So Leonardo's out on his own. He seems to be burning some turtles, which looks like that they were slain prior to him throwing them in there in the fire. So it's not like he just lost his shit and is just burning turtles willy nilly. So it looks like he's just burying the fallen here, or at least disposing of them in a dignified way. And as you see, Leonardo's got a lot of arrows. He's been seeing some combat here. So then we go back, what is this, about 9 months earlier. So he's out there. Apparently he's heard about these turtles who are inhabiting the river due to the disposal of bodies within, around the Ganges River. And he is basically looking to feed them with himself, from what I gathered here. And so he also goes over here. He basically offers himself up. They go ahead and just bypass him, and he's like, "Oh well, they don't kill those that they eat. They just kind of eat all the corpses." So he decides to take lessons from them, more or less. He's going to use this as a means of learning. So he buries his katanas and he just sits out in the water. Through all sorts of elements and stuff like that until, another lesson presents itself. And then they come over, they notice him finally, after like weeks or months of doing this, and bites him, and he's just like, you know what, fuck this guy. And basically assume that it was like his brothers, right? Nobody wants him around, and, they're just kind of a pain in the ass. He notices some poachers coming through and decides to go ahead and defend his newfound family here. And, he's kept them safe from the poachers, but then we flash forward again to where we were and see him burning all the bodies, and we're going to go back again and just kind of see what all happened, right? I just want to take a quick moment. So I talked about in the last issue that I didn't really like the art style of Michelangelo himself. As we see Leonardo here, his head's a little bit wider and it's got that more shallow top of the head, right? Just above the bandana. And I definitely prefer the way he is interpreted in here. So, one thing I do want to note, we're not getting a whole lot of action right now. This is kind of an ongoing thing with this book. So we see him jumping out at the poachers, right? Then he's back to sitting. This is kind of the weakest part of this book, right? And so far of book 1, 2, and 3, this is the weakest of book 3, just simply because of that. Now, the story is kind of interesting. I do think that we are getting a more in-depth look as to, like, Leonardo just looks like he's kind of lost, right? He's just seeking enlightenment in some way, shape, or form. As we go on to find out later, he has lost his mentor. So I believe that that's what he's trying to do here, is just look for a little bit of guidance in whatever way, shape, or form he can. He's depressed. He's just trying to put himself back together. Okay, going back to it. He fights off Foot Clan, we see. And he tells his turtle buddies, hey, look, don't eat them. They're not dead, even if they deserve to be. So then we see what all transpired, right? Or a continuation. So the Foot Clan are coming in with some choppers. We see all of his turtle friends are there. He's trying to get away. He goes and unburies his katanas finally. As the Foot Clan start to surround him. And they got laser sights on him. They're ready to go. He pops open his katana. He's ready to kick some ass. And then he's... I do like this transition, right? See a bunch of Foot Clan members all standing surrounding him. Come down here. Now what this says is 4 minutes, 30 seconds later. So he's got it all wrapped up. And again, we're not seeing the fight. This is a kind of a disappointment. Leonardo is my favorite, and getting to see him kick some ass would be really awesome to see. Unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and spoil the rest of this book. We don't see any of that. There's very little in the way of action. It's mostly inner stuff. So again, he leaves the Foot Clan that are about. Goes over to downed helicopter, sees this one. And you see like all these knocked out Foot Clan members. And I will say a bit of convenience here. We have a Foot Clan guy out there. He can't swim. So why he's out there, I don't know. Leonardo goes, brings him into the helicopter, smashes his face, which just happens to be somebody that's recognized even with a mask on, because it says facial ID recognized, and all you really get is his eyes. So I'm like, well, that's convenient. Another bit of convenience, autopilot, because apparently the Foot Clan can't just pilot themselves out there. So, man, that's kind of a lucky break there. And so what it ends up doing is, and it also recognizes Leonardo, his commands. Again, a lot of convenience here. So it says proceeding to Tokyo, and we know from the previous issue that's actually where Mikey and Raph are. So a lot of convenience here. A lot of convenience. And then these turtles proceed to do some munching on the remaining Foot Clan, whether dead or alive. So they're like, fuck it, I don't care that Leo told me now. I'm just gonna go munch on some foot ninjas. So now we're back at Tokyo. We see Raph and Mikey are fighting. And Raph is trying to talk some sense. Like, dude, why are you fighting me? We got all this Foot Clan stuff. Why don't we deal with them? And they're just having it out, just back and forth. So this is like all the action we really get is just kind of wrapping up the rest of this fight. Now, I do like a bit of this comedy here. They're being petty as hell. Brothers that are like, yeah, well, they're trying to kill me harder. They want me dead the most. Well, they came and tried to get me first, so they really want me dead. And the Foot Clan, they're just sitting there going, what the fuck are we doing? And then they just say, you know what, fucking... we're coming to kill you guys, so fuck it. And that's when the two finally decide to team up, and we still have more back and forth between the two. Again, this is pretty funny stuff. I really enjoyed it, especially with having a bunch of brothers myself. I can totally relate to it. This is what's always drawn me to the Turtles, is just the brotherly aspect to it. And that's when a certain helicopter crashes through and just completely wrecks Mikey's apartment. It's gone. It's totaled. It's gone. Wiped out. And finally, they hear, stop it, you two. And we already know who this is. It's Leonardo. He's ready to go. And basically he says, you guys need to get your shit together. There's more Foot Clan coming. And Mikey's like, you know what? Go ahead. You guys take off. I can handle the rest of them. And Leonardo says, well, they're not coming here. They figured out where Donnie is. And so that leads us into the next issue, of course, Donatello. So, again, this has been the weakest entry so far. It's fine. It's nice to kind of get in the inner thoughts of Leonardo, and you see that the leader is lost. He lacks any kind of direction, any guidance, and it's cool to get that. But man, is it such a big miss to not give us any action, especially with him. And I don't think it's just me playing favorites here. It's just, it would be nice to see, we got to see Raph kick some ass. We got to see Mikey kick some ass. Why can't I see Leonardo kick some ass? It would be nice. But, even still, it's a good addition. It is just the weakest as far as action. That's for damn sure. You don't get action until like a couple panels right at the end of the book. Just the Mikey Raph fight wrapping up. And honestly, nobody really fights the Foot Clan except for, you get like what? A panel or two. That's about it. So, as far as action, you might be disappointed if that's what you're going in looking for, and it's a little disappointing. I'm not gonna lie about that. But hey, like I said, still a strong series so far. I'm very much enjoying it. So, shit goes really crazy when Donatello gets introduced. So we'll talk about that next. But that is all I have for today, guys. So until next time, take care and God bless.